Okay, hi everybody, this is Splish Girl and I'm just doing my second video on Dragonage Inquisition. If you didn't watch my first video, we just played through right to the title screen, just really getting the first part of the storyline. Now at the end of the last video I did just level up, so the first thing we'll do is just sort out the level up quickly. So let's go in and have a look. What we're thinking. So we went for an ice move last time, and I think we'll go for a lightning move this time. Here we go. I do tend to have a lot of lightning moves. I just think it works really well, and I think there are more enemies that it damages. And there's a quest marker.
So we're heretics, just like that. Should we surrender or
don't be check it out?
If you're here to clean, Hess can get you a bucket and a broom. Anyone calls you knife here, come to me. Oh, you're her. Thren.
Quartermaster.
Inquisition Quartermaster. I'm doing what I can to supply this mess.
Thren's quite
if you
cool.
find what I need to fill one of my requisitions, I'd appreciate you bringing it in.
Okay.
What did you mean when...
I'm making this Inquisition run with what we have, but we're not a real army. We're stretched thin on materials.
Yeah. This is
so
a really
I've put
good way
up a
to build
requisition
up
list for anything that could help our people.
Requisitions.
Here, take a look.
And this is the
you
first
find some iron and a good
requisition
logging site. Maybe Harriet can get our troops better weapons.
Here we go.
Make her go with you.
So this is the requisition table. So we need a logging stand and 5 iron. Now, actually, what I like to do.
You find anything we need?
First
let me know.
While I'm in Haven, because it is so easily missed, and once you've left Haven, you can't come back. Well, first of all, this is where your special orders are. I don't think I've got
still got demons
orders,
pouring out of the rifts.
There we go, special shipments. Nothing there yet. So we'll go back through. Right, so we've got to go out of here and we're going to go get the login stand. Now let's see if I can remember where it is. So let's have a look. Okay, so you see that little pier there in the background, we've got to get up there. And I can't tell you how many times I've couldn't work out why it wouldn't let me out there. So actually what you've got to do is you've got to go around this way. And I would definitely recommend doing this nice and early on. I can get up there. Come on, there we go. Get some elf root while we're here. Never have too much elf root. So with various upgrades for potions, quests, and requisitions, it might feel like you've got way too much elf root, but even if you end up with like 80, that's one of the cats knocking something down. Well done. Cheeky little darling. I think that's trying to get dried food there. Even if you end up with like 80 odd elf root, you're still going to have, you're still not going to run it, you're still going to potentially run through it really quickly. So it's always worth picking up elf root. I mean, I don't tend to go out of my way to get it particularly, but definitely, you know, don't get to like 80 and think, oh, I won't need anymore. Now you can kill these and get good requisition materials, but I won't worry about that too much. Right, I'm just going to check the map just to make sure I'm in the general vicinity where I need to be. There we go, login stand. Oh, we're close, that's not bad. Oh, iron. Of course we need iron. So generally things will be in the circle of the eye symbol there when you're going to a quest marker. Not quite. Here it is. Login stand. Beautiful. So now we just need a little bit more iron and we've fulfilled our first requisition, which is pretty handy. So we'll go back to Haven. Is there iron there? Oh, no. Oh, I can't see what that is. Hey, more iron. There we go, we've got enough iron. And then this is the little pier that I've sometimes got stuck at. back to Haven.
When there was no sky, Maker,
Not my
you were
outbreak.
the sky. When there was no earth, you were the
This
earth.
search function, so if you
When there was nothing,
press L3,
everything.
is really useful. It just
O
highlights
Creator, see me
materials.
near,
So
for I
in other
walk only where
RPGs,
you would bid me.
like Elder Scrolls Online,
Stand
something like
only
that,
in
it's
places you
sometimes
have
quite
blessed.
easy to miss chests like
Sing
that, where
only
I'll
the
just go
words you
straight
place
past
in my
it,
throat.
and you wouldn't even notice it. So let's have a look. Oh, look, another chest there.
You built for them
See
a
reason,
golden
Lisette.
city.
We
Okay,
cannot stay here.
down there, what's that
All
in there?
creation.
Because we're
And
Templars.
for a time you
Let's look at these. A lot of this is just going to be sold, to be honest with you.
signs of
That I wouldn't worry about until you've got multi-materials. That's basically just teaching you how to craft
Let all repeat
and
the chant of light. Only the words.
I spoke with
better
Commander Cullen.
weapons, better weapons
Proves
and
the
better
Maker
armor.
has revealed to me.
Barrack.
As there is but one God,
Barrack's
one
awesome.
life, one death. There is but one God. And he
I'll probably spend quite a lot of time having, like, talking to their party
You
members,
dislike-
because they've got some pretty cool storylines you get from that. So that's cool. What's that?
No,
There we go.
I
And
know
then
their
Sven will
purpose,
normally
but
give you another mission.
Nice work with those supplies. The smiths can use them to fit our troops with better gear. Might not affect you much, but our recruits will have better chances next time some
Oh,
monster
that's such a
flies
cool
out of a
stuff. I've
rift.
just noticed it's got a dragon at the top, which is perfect for Dragonage, isn't it? So that's pretty cool.
farewell.
Make her go with you.
Right, there we go. And then we might as well go back into the chantry. So you don't have to do that bit then, but I like to do it because it's so easily missed. Cutscene. There we go.
Does it trouble you?
Yes, again, you can have angry Llewellyn. Yeah, it's alright, Llewellyn. Upset Llewellyn.
Not really.
What's important is that your mark is now stable, as is the breach. You've given us time, and Solas believes a second attempt might succeed, provided the mark has more power. The same level of power used to open the breach in the first place. That is not easy to come by.
Oh, I don't know. That'll do.
Clearly, you have something in mind.
We do.
What is that? So you got Liliana, Spymaster, Cullen.
You've met Commander Cullen,
Commander Cullen.
leader of the Inquisition's forces.
It was only for a moment on the field. I'm pleased you survived.
This is Lady Josephine Montelier, our ambassador and chief diplomat.
Anderan Atishan. You speak Elven? You've just heard the entirety of it, I'm afraid.
And of course, you know Sister Liliana.
My position here involves a degree of...
She is our spy master.
Yes, tactfully put, Cassandra. Pleased to meet you all.
I mentioned that your mark needs more power to close the breach for good.
Which means we must approach the rebel mages for help.
And I still disagree. The Templars could serve just as well.
We need power, Commander. Enough magic poured into that mark.
Might destroy us all. Templars could suppress the breach, weaken it, so...
Pure speculation.
I was a Templar. I know what they're capable of.
Unfortunately, neither group will even speak to us yet. The
They've
Chantry
both
has
got good
denounced
points
the
too.
Inquisition, and you specifically.
And they still think we did it. Of course they did.
They still think I'm guilty. That is not the entirety of it any longer. Some are calling you, a Dalish elf, the Herald of Andraste. That frightens the Chantry. The remaining clerics have declared it blasphemy, and we, heretics, for harboring you.
Chancellor Roderick's doing, no doubt.
It limits our options. Approaching the mages or Templars for help is currently out of the question.
Let's have a look. We'll do that one.
So if I wasn't with the Inquisition...
And let's be honest, they would have censored us no matter what.
And you not being here isn't an option.
There is something you can do. A Chantry cleric by the name of Mother Giselle has asked to speak to
Well,
you.
Giselle's alright.
She is not far and knows those involved far better than I. Her assistance could be invaluable.
I'll see what she has to say.
You will find Mother Giselle tending to the wounded in the Hinterlands near Redcliffe.
Look for other opportunities to expand the Inquisition's influence while you're there.
We need agents to extend our reach beyond this valley, and you're better suited than anyone to recruit them.
In the meantime, let's think of other options. I won't leave this all to the Herald.
Good old Cassandra. Which is cool. And here we got the war table. So I will tend to pop back every now and then to do war table missions as they approach, but first of all we need to scout the Hinterlands. Sister Liliana can do it for us. This is the Templars and the Mages at war together. Although they're mostly just fringe elements, because the majority of the mages are in Red Hill currently, and is it Theronfall was out for the Templars? I haven't played the Templar side as much as the mages side, but they're both good. They're both good storyline options. So we're not there yet. We've got to gather power before we can pick whether or not we're going to go with the mages or the Templars. But if anybody has a preference as to which one to go with, leave it in the comments, and I will, the most votes I'll go with. Yeah, we might as well gather our party, mightn't we? Right, always pick Barrick. Barrick's awesome. Cassandra's a pretty good warrior, so this is alright. I tend to go with either Vivienne or Dorian once we've got them. Oh, Vivienne gets really, really cool later on with her Knight Enchanter abilities. She is really tough, and sometimes going against a high dragon, which I'll do once I'm a little bit more powerful, going against a high dragon, she can sometimes be the only party member left standing. And actually she can, even if you lose the rest of the party members, she can quite often just solo the dragon. She's pretty cool. Although you can make the main playable character, Llewellyn, have the same abilities. You've just got to get the necessary specializations. Okay, I'm going to meet up with Scout Harding in a second. Here she is.
World of Andraste. I've heard the stories. Everyone has. We know what you did at the breach. It's odd for a Dalish elf to care what happens to anyone else, but you'll get no backtalk here. That's a promise. Inquisition Scout Harding, at your service. Well, all of us here, will do whatever we can to help.
Harding, huh? Ever been to Kirkwall's Hightown?
I can't say I have. Why?
You'd be Harding in... No, never
in
mind.
Hightown.
Ugh.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
We should get to business. The situation's pretty dire. We came to secure horses from Redcliffe's old horsemaster.
Must have done it.
I grew up here, and people always said that Dennett's herds were the strongest and the fastest this side of the Frostbacks. But with the Mage Templar fighting getting worse, we couldn't get to Dennett. Maker only knows if he's even still alive. Mother Giselle's at the crossroads helping refugees and the wounded. Our latest reports say that the war's spread there too. Corporal Vale and our men are doing what they can to help protect the people, but they won't be able to hold out very long. You best get going. No time to lose.
Okay, this is where we get to we actually get to the gameplay. Now, first of all, we want to find the requisition officer, because that's where we get the requisitions. Here we go.
I've news, sir.
What is it?
Could prove useful.
It's prisoner cages. Okay, so if we go back to the requisition table, so you can change party there. Obviously, there's no point at the moment unless we decide to get rid of people. So we need 10 iron and 5 for unlock. That you'll get by quick potions. No potions are available yet. You'll get by killing things. So let's see what we're doing. Yeah, we might as well go straight there. go down this way. Ooh, what's that? Ah, elf fruit. So in this area of the Hinterlands, we're mostly going to be finding elf fruit and iron. When you get deeper into the Hinterlands, you're going to find other...
Watch your step.
Oh, nice one, Varric. Yeah, they're quite good at saying when there's something about that you want to see. Oh, there's an exclamation mark up there. Should we go see what that is? Go around this way. More elf fruit. Oh, I've just noticed we've got level ups available for the other characters, so let's do that quickly. Oh, Solus. Well, we might as well get him healing. Not that he can get healing yet. Right, so it's Solus, Cassandra. What have we got? Two-handed, Battlemaster, Vanguard. Yeah, we might as well get a weapon and shield. Yeah, that'll do. And then she's gonna have shield bash. And then Varric. Well, there's no point giving him double daggers. So really, we might as well go based in archery because he's obviously got the wonderful Cassandra, which is awesome. Okay, that'll do. Right, let's go check out this exclamation mark. So you take full damage if you're not careful. So if you end up walking down a cliff by mistake, if you hold up as you go down, generally it slows your fall down and then you won't take so much fall damage. Because sometimes I can't be bothered to go around, so I just walk straight down a cliff. Just jump straight down. And then you press up on the analog, then ooh, royal elf fruit. Then yeah, you don't take as much damage. That's pretty handy. What's this?
That may be worth investigating.
Thanks, Solus, for your input. Right, okay, let's go towards the big arrow. So that arrow symbol isn't the normal quest marker, that's kind of when it's like the main
Mother Giselle should be somewhere nearby.
That it wants you to go through. Side quests and non-main storyline quests will have it like a Inquisition symbol. It's a bit annoying that when you've got raid signs that shows up on the searcher, which is quite irritating. There we go, we've got a chest there. Because it's like, ooh, there must be a chest around there, and it's not. It's just a road sign, and it's not like I ever actually read the signposts. More iron. Am I messing around here? Never mind. That's an ocularium. I'll go check that out in a second. We've got our first rift in the Hinterlands. I don't think we're too early for this. Let's give it a shot, shall we? Okay. Take you down. Okay,
make it take you!
Group spell. Maybe a little bit powerful. Die! You've got to be careful on nightmare mode because if you go to the wrong area in the Hinterlands, it just wipes you out straight away. So the bears are quite challenging to take on at this stage. So if you go to the area that's got the bears in, you just die at this stage. We need to level up quite a bit before going and taking on the bears. They can be quite a long slog as well, taking out bears. And you wouldn't expect that. I can kind of understand dragons take a lot of fighting, but I wouldn't expect it with a bear. Oh, blimey, we're up feeling that a little bit, aren't we? Oh, and right, and focus. And then after you take out a Fade Rift, pretty much always there's going to be loot for you to take up, for you to pick up as well. And occasionally, when you get a more powerful demon, you'll get a loot drop as well. And that's mostly just used for researching creatures more than anything. Now, there it is.
That tower is impressive, even as a ruin. I wonder what dreams it might hold.
Landmarks. No, okay, so that's a bit there. Some more elf fruit. Yeah, I think the fact that they've put jump in this game, and it wasn't in Dragonage 2, I think it just plays a lot nicer. Because like sometimes there'd be like a little raised bit and you'd have to go around it, whereas in here you just jump over. Oh, I can't wait to go get that elf fruit. Right, let's go back this way. Okay, jump over the wall. There we go, let's take out these enemies, goodbye. As long as you don't get too close, you can still...
Inquisition forces! They're trying to protect the refugees!
materials.
Looks like they could use a hand.
Yeah, we'll give them a hand, since we're nice.
Not even a challenge.
What's over there? That's elf fruit. So apostates are what they call mages who aren't part of the circles. Basically, if you are found to have magic, you get taken to the circles to then
Hold!
control it.
We are not apostates!
I do not think they care, Seeker.
But the reason the war started is because people were quite distrustful of mages because they have quite a lot of power, but they run the risk of being possessed by demons, which obviously you don't want. And an untrained mage is more susceptible to being killed by, being possessed by a demon, which is why they end up going in circles. But the problem is the Templars who have skills which mean that they can negate magic fields have been a bit harsh in their dealings.
Be ready.
With
More coming our way.
And so the mages have been resisting the Templars, which, you know, based on some of the things you see in Dragonage 1 and 2 about the way the mages are treated, fair enough. You know, I get why they're upset with the Templars, but of course, the more the mages resist the Templars, the more the Templars feel that the mages need taken care of. Okay, this is the bit on Nightmare where you could die quite easily because you've got multiple waves. So it's a case of, you know, both sides have done wrong. But the problem is the more the Templars would crack down on the mages, the more desperate the mages became, and the more likely they were to turn to blood magic, where basically their own lifeblood or someone else's lifeblood powers their spells and makes them more powerful. But it can be quite corrupting, so it's quite taboo in this universe. But obviously, if they are oppressed so much, they're more likely to turn to it. So it's a horrible, vicious circle. And that's really, you see a lot of that happen in Dragon Age 2. These would be our scouts, I think. Yeah. That's such a cool symbol there.
There are mages here who can heal your wounds. Lie still.
Don't touch me, Mother. Their magic is...
Turn to noble purpose. Their magic is surely no more evil than your blade. Hush, dear boy. Allow them to ease your suffering.
Mother Giselle.
I am. And you must be the one they are calling the Herald of Andraste.
This is a good insight here.
What you said to that soldier.
We do not teach that magic is evil. We teach that pride is evil, and does not corrupt Oni mages. But I did not ask you to come simply to debate with me.
Then why am I here?
I know of the Chantry's denouncement, and I am familiar with those behind it. I won't lie to you. Some of them are grandstanding, hoping to increase their chances of becoming the new divine.
Such a cool
Some
stuff.
are simply terrified. So many good people, senselessly taken from us.
But don't you stand with the rest of the Chantry?
With no divine, we are each left to our own conscience, and mine tells me this. Go to them. Convince the remaining clerics you are no demon to be feared. They have heard only frightful tales of you. Give them something else to believe.
They want to execute me, and you think I should just walk up to them?
You are no longer alone. They cannot imprison or attack you.
They could try.
Let me put it this way. You needn't convince them all. You just need some of them to doubt. The power is a unified voice. Take that from them and you receive the time you need.
It's good of you to do this.
I honestly don't know if you've been touched by fate, or sent to help us, but I hope. Hope is what we need now. The people will listen to your rallying call, as they will listen to no other. You could build the Inquisition into a force that will deliver us, or destroy us.
Deliver.
I will go to Haven and provide Sister Leliana the names of those in the Chantry who will be amenable to a gathering. It is not much, but I will do whatever I can.
Handy. Yeah, so the Chantry used to control the Templars, and the Templars are who were...
Corporal Vale is coordinating the Inquisition's efforts in the area. We should speak with him.
We'll do in a minute, thanks, Cassandra. There's another landmark. And a shop is probably not a bad idea. Yeah, so the Templars who would keep an eye on the mages were under Chantry control. Right, have we got any better weapons here? Not that I want to get rid of that staff. That looks so cool. Staff of the Dragon. No, that's not as good. I should check armor. Yeah. See, that stuff's better, but it doesn't look as good. Light armor of the Dragon? Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that looks cool. Any accessories? Yeah, we might as well do that. Right, let's check everybody else's weapons. So, of course he's not going to choose a long bow. He's a mage. Right, what has he got? Fire damage, I don't find that useful. I don't think that a lot of the demons, I think a lot of them seem to have not dragon resistance, fire resistance. So I don't tend to go for fire damage. I'd rather go for cold damage. I think damages more, so we won't. It's not better enough to justify it. What about Cassandra? Let's see whether or not that's one-handed or two-handed. It's two-handed. We don't want a two-handed weapon. What about that one? Yeah, that's okay. There you go. So she's got a better shield and a better weapon. Yeah, and Varric, you can't give him another weapon. He's got your Bianca, which is about as good as you get. And I would recommend emptying your inventory every now and then because it can build up quite easily. Yeah, we'll just sell that. It's not a good idea to sell crafting materials, but it's a good idea to get rid of your junk. There we go, so what we've got 3 out of 60 inventory space, so that's good. Right, let's go check out this exclamation mark over here. Refugee.
Please, somebody, my wife needs help.
What's wrong with your wife?
She gets sick when the weather's foul. Our son Hindle makes a potion that lets her breathe. He's the only one who can make it, but he's joined that cult in the hills. Please, get to him and tell him what's wrong. Without that potion, she'll die.
Okay. Right, so up here, there is a mage. Up here somewhere is a mage that you can join to your side, but the only way she'll join with you is if you've got Vivienne in your party. So if you want her to join the Inquisition, which the reason why you want Inquisition agents is because they speed up war table missions.
That's the last of the bread.
So if you want her to join the Inquisition, you've got to make sure you've got Vivienne equipped, which I've only actually managed to do once.
These people need food.
There are rams out in the hills. Good, too dangerous to go hunting out.
We need to kill some
More like
rams.
Good luck.
Okay, so we've done everything in this village, so what should we do first? Yeah, we'll go see Corporal Vale. And then we can always go get that, yeah, to go about 4 damage there. That's me being lazy, not going around.
Right, that's why.
Oh. Another exclamation mark up here.
Of course.
More cold weather coming. Fool villagers. Where are their coats?
What do you need to keep?
Blankets. If we were... I'm sure the apostates have plenty of...
So, it's cold and refugees cold, so there are apostate caches that he wants us to find. So I just skipped over the conversation there. What's that? Elf fruit. Good old elf fruit. The other reason why it's good to pick up herbs you find is there's a quest in Redcliffe Village where you've got a healer that wants you to collect herbs for her, and if you've been collecting herbs as you come across them, you can just fulfill it there and then, which is quite handy.
You're with the Inquisition?
Hello, Corporal Vale.
Corporal Vale, thanks for your help. The Mages and Templars don't seem to care who gets caught in their war. The refugees here are in dire need of help. If the war doesn't kill them, cold or starvation will.
What can you tell me about the man who's supposed to be getting horses for the Inquisition?
Horsemaster Dennett. He lives on a farm to the west. Tough old fella. We haven't heard from him.
Level up before going up
Best
that way.
we can tell, he's holed up until the Mages and Templars are done killing each other.
What other...
We've got some injuries that I know healers are in short supply.
Yeah.
But if you can find someone in Redcliffe to help us, it would save a lot of lives. The ones out here, the rebels in Redcliffe have washed their hands of them.
The main body of the rebels are up in Redcliffe, and these are just like fringe elements that are attacking everybody. Templars.
What can you tell me about the Templars?
All the Templars were called to Val Royeaux not long ago. These bastards ignored the order. Now they're killing rebel mages, along with any refugees they think are mage sympathizers. Every Templar I've ever known has wanted to protect the common folk. These men defile their order's good name.
I think they just feel a little bit taken for granted. Because if they do protect people by keeping mages under
Is there
control,
anything we can
just
do
went
to
a bit
help
too
people
far.
deal with the cold?
I asked the Inquisition to send blanket. A recruit named Whittle is trying to make what we can bring in.
You were concerned?
Yes. There's a hunter up the hill.
There we go, Whittle. He's done everything we can. Yeah, I know, power. Yeah, so power is quite good at unlocking missions. You need a certain amount of power to unlock certain storyline missions. But to be honest, the main thing with power is you get Inquisition levels. So once you get a certain amount of power, you...
Hopefully the Inquisition can find some way to help these people.
You go up an Inquisition level and then you get a perk. And the perk will unlock things like Varric being able to... well, not just Varric, any rogue being able to unlock locks that can be unlocked no other way. And there are certain items you can only get if you have that perk unlocked.
This would be a good place to set up camp.
And that's also how you refill your potions, because my potions have gotten quite low. Yeah, wants us to check Inquisition camps.
Nothing to report, sir.
So rest. There we go. As an exclamation point. Oh, blood lotus, yeah. Blood lotus you need quite a lot of later on. So this is a I need to sort that camera out because it keeps moving. Right, where's this? Here we go. And up to waterfall. Not there. Let's sort that camera out. Not audio. It's auto centering, that's why. There we go. And I'll take care of that. Right, what have we got around here? So there's an ocularium. So basically the ocularium will locate shards, and you need to get a certain amount of shards to unlock something later on. But I wouldn't really worry about that. What shall we do first? Let's do that quest there. Let's get some ram meat, and we might as well fast travel to that camp. So it's a good idea to set up camp where you can, because it just means you're not having to physically walk the whole lot. Because there have been some games that I've just not stuck with because there was not enough fast travel options, and then having to walk the whole way places, and you just the whole time you end up spending walking everywhere. That's not my idea of fun. So I think I would have really liked Dragon's Dogma, for instance, if it had more fast travel points. But I just couldn't stick with it because it just felt like I was walking everywhere. It's a bit of a shame really, because it looked quite cool. What was that? More elf fruit. It will get to the point where I'll get bored of picking up elf fruit, and then I'll run out, and then I'll have to start picking it up again. Camera's still being annoying. Right, so those little blue dots on the screen, that is what we're looking for. Die! That one's run away. I'm pretty sure they'll find out. We can loot this one. Ram meat. There's the other round that we've just killed. And third one. The ram leather works as a crafting material, although it's generally one of the lower level ones. It's not often worth killing it for a crafting material. Although later on, killing Druffalo is really good for it, but Druffalo have got quite a lot of armour, so it can be quite a challenge to. If you accidentally use an area of effect spell and there's a whole bunch of Druffalo, that can be a bit of a challenge. So it's a good idea when there's a few Druffalo about to only target one, and then you won't end up accidentally killing the party because you've tried to take out too many Druffalo.
The mages and the Templars chose a poor location for working out their differences.
Okay. The other thing about this is if you go around in a really high level trying to take out loads of rams like this to try and level up, it won't work because the camera's being annoying. it won't work because when you're a certain amount above higher level than the monsters you're killing, then it just won't give you any experience, which is kind of cool because it is cheating a little bit if you just take out. We're not really cheating, but it just means you don't bother taking them out unless you need to. Not a double there. That's all service. More iron. Elfroot. Oh, I didn't see that there. With a stalk. Nearly there with the ram meat. Oh, Cassandra. The model for the character Cassandra in this game I think looks a lot better than in Dragonage 2. Because I think the scars just really work really well on her face and just make her a lot more realistic. Whereas I think she looks a lot more plasticky in Dragonage 2. So you can tell it's the same person, but I just think it looks a lot better. Right. Rather than just concentrating on that, we'll go take out that rift and then press the wall button. No. What we'll do, because there's multiple rifts, we'll mark the one that we want to take, and then along the way we'll find more rams. There's just quite a lot in that area because that's part of the quest. Little fennec fox. They give you crafting material, but it's not worth it. You'll get better stuff. We've got another carpet. Lots of spectres. They're great. I think that's what they actually do. Freeze is quite good because if you freeze an enemy, your warrior can then do a melee attack on it, and it kind of shatters them. It does quite a lot of damage. It's quite a good multi-character combo. Yeah, I need to turn up some tutorials. Okay. Dreamer rags. So dreamer rags is something that you use to research creatures, which we'll do when we go back to Cave.
Templar bastards killed my husband and stole the ring from his finger. They deserve to die.
Yeah, we'll get our ring back.
Aye. He was digging out a stump. Had to be safe, they said. Rebels everywhere attacking by surprise, sick bastards. They took the ring I gave him on our wedding day in case it was magic.
I think by this point, everybody's just lost trust in both mages and Templars, because both of them are being stupid at this point. Right, we'll take out this little one. And we can take these. Die! Oh, that's not a bit too close. We are squishy after all, bit of a mage. Yeah, it's always a good idea when you've got someone with a shield like that. It can be quite difficult to damage them, so it's always a good idea to freeze them, and then it makes the warrior and rogue's job a little easier, flanking them and shattering them, and it just kills them a lot easier. So that's why it's always good to unlock, to unlock that frost.
The apostates have fled to the hills.
That frost spell. Okay, try not to interrupt his own initiatives. That's one of the things I really like about this game, is you can be walking along and your companions just strike up conversation, which is quite nice. Around me, there we go. Did I see something else right there? Yes, I did. Right, what else is around here? What's that over there? Rifts. Yeah, we could always go to get the apostate caches, although let's mark one I want to go to first. What did I miss? Alfred. Yeah, I'm not going all that way for Alfred. Alfred. Oh, what's in here? Oh no, that's that lady with the ring, isn't it? So this is an apostate cache up here. Can we cheat by going up, or we're going to have to go right now? Here we go. So if you walk on that marker, it gets rid of it. It's quite handy. Says you have to bring up the map again and mark again and all that lot. We might as well unlock that.
One of the supply caches.
There you go. So what I'll do after we've got this camp is head back to Haven, because I'm pretty sure we'll then go to Valroyo, if I can say it properly. Oh, just over there. We'll go to Valroyo and pick up some more companions. My first playthrough, I really liked Solus. I thought he was really cool, but I think the more I've played the game, including all the DLC like Trespasser and all of that lot, he's kind of, some characters will grow on you and you'll start off not being that keen on. And I think Solus has done the opposite. I started off thinking he was really cool. I do not like him as much now.
Excuse me, have you seen another Inquisition scout?
Oh.
Elven woman, answers to Ritz.
Ritz is cool.
You said your friend hasn't reported back.
Well, she was supposed to be checking on some apostates. I'm on duty here, or I'd go look for her.
There you go.
I'll talk to you.
We'll find Woody Ritz. I do think that armour goes really well with that staff. It's a shame it's not very powerful. There you go. Another camp.
We could make camp here.
We could. Good suggestion, Cassandra.
No. Reports up.
Okay, and then was there something up here? Or was it just? No, we haven't got enough. We haven't got the frozen rocks yet. Right, yeah, so I think what we want to do is go back to Haven. There's not a lot of point speaking to the smith yet. I don't think we've got enough material to make crafting anything worthwhile. I tend to save that until I've got a little bit more. But it's a good idea to do that quest before you go see the, before you get too far. Just so you don't miss out on it. Okay, back at Haven. We said we weren't going to do that. And I don't think there's going to be anything on the special orders.
Good luck
I
sealing
just
those
like checking every
rifts.
time. Because you will get, you'll get like schematics
Walk safely, Herald of
and stuff,
Andraste.
which is quite useful. Very random person walking about. Here we go.
Your kind killed the most holy.
Lies.
So
Your
Templar
kind
mage.
let her die.
Shut your mouth, mage!
Enough!
Knight Captain.
That is not my title. We are not Templars any longer. We are all part of the Inquisition.
And what does that mean exactly?
Good old
Back
Chancellor.
already, Chancellor. Haven't you done enough?
I'm curious, Commander, as to how your Inquisition and its herald will restore order as you've promised.
Of course you are. Back to your duties, all of you.
Okay, so... And yeah, we do want to go to the war table. Right. There's Mother Giselle, so you
When there
can
was
speak
no
to her
sky
and she'll
maker,
tell you how the refugees are getting on.
Researcher Menave wishes to verify that the infections have...
Oh, cutscene.
The Inquisition cannot remain, Ambassador, if you can't prove it was founded on Justinian's orders.
This is an inopportune time, Marquis. More of the faithful flock here each day. But allow me to introduce you to the brave soul who risked her life to slow the magic of the breach.
Oh, she's...
Mistress Lavelan,
good as
this is the Marquis d'Aurelion, one of Divine Justinia's greatest supporters.
And the rightful owner of Haven. House d'Aurelion lent Justinia these lands for pilgrimage. This Inquisition is not a beneficiary of this arrangement.
People have been injured. You can't just turn them out onto the snow.
And who benefits if they stay?
Divine Justinia, Marquis. The Inquisition, not the Chantry, is sheltering the pilgrims who mourn her.
Why is the Chantry ignoring the faithful?
Because it remains in shock.
She's got a point.
We face a dark time, Your Grace. Divine Justinia would not want her passing to divide us. She would, in fact, trust us to forge new alliances to the benefit of all, no matter how strange they might seem.
I'll think on it, Lady Montilyet. The Inquisition might stay
That
in the meanwhile.
moustache. And does he own Haven? Not as simple as that.
Do the d'Aurelions actually have a claim on this place?
His Grace's position is not so strong as he presents it. Despite their Ferelden relations, the d'Aurelions are Orlesian. If the Marquis wishes to claim Haven, Empress Selene must negotiate with the Ferelden on his behalf. Her current concerns are a bit larger than minor property disputes.
I'm so pleased the Marquis isn't tossing us out into the cold.
His Grace is only the first of many dignitaries we must contend with.
You expect more people in Haven?
Undoubtedly. And each visitor will spread the story of the Inquisition after they depart. An ambassador should ensure the tale is as complimentary as possible.
I'm glad for your
I hate
help.
to have to do what she
I have a
does.
feeling the Inquisition's going to need it.
I do believe you are correct. Thedas's politics have become agitated as of late. I hope to guide us down smoother paths. But please excuse me. I've much work to do before the day is done.
Yeah, Josephine's awesome. Right, it's always a good idea to read all the books you can find, even if you don't read them all.
That will help.
Because that way, or we've left out again.
There was no word for heaven or...
So I think what we'll do is we'll call it there. So I think what we'll do next video is we will do with the level up, do a little bit more in the Hinterlands, and do another lot of war table missions. So tune in next time. We're a little way off it yet, but we're coming up to choosing a side between mages and Templars. So if you want to leave a comment with which one you think I should pick, and if you want notifications about when my next video is up, then click subscribe. There, can't talk. Click subscribe. Thank you for watching, and you guys have a good day.